strategic leadership started to show up, and as a strategy, very clearly it is saying you need to have the mission, vision, and so on. Good morning and welcome back after few months holiday to a Monday Leadership Kickstart. I hope you are doing well and having a great health. And I can only imagine you are already in a summer mode, counting maybe days when you go for a holiday. Welcome to June 1, starting of the month, starting of the week, and it was a beautiful day for celebration. It's a Child's Day. So despite we are adults, we are kids, children of this wonderful earth. And let's keep hoping, keep having a vision, having the willpower for exploring further who we are and what kind of impact as leaders we can bring to others. I had a different subject, but actually I was thinking that maybe I will talk about vision. When I came to Belgium, I registered myself as a self-employed because of the administration purposes. And it was very interesting because VLM name came to my mind 3 years before I came to Belgium. At the beginning, it was just if I will have once this kind of situation that I have to register as a solo runner, it will be VLM, and it was straightforward: vision, leadership, management. You need to have a vision first. When we are kids, we call it dream. When we are a bit elder, we call it hope. And then when we become professionals, we are shaping not only within the organizational construct, but within personal presence, we shape vision. And like in life, in organizations too, this vision can show up in different shapes. It can be up and down. We have this very nicely stated. We know it, but sometimes we are lost. Sometimes we bring the heavy clouds on us. Sometimes we are driven by anger, by politics, and we are distancing ourselves as a leader from the vision. Really very intercorrelated how we as individuals are functioning in life. I was thinking it would be a good idea that for the next 2 weeks I will be talking about vision and then leadership and then management. Every organization is having mission, vision, and values. And it started when strategic leadership started to get more attention. It was like, I don't know, maybe, in Europe, yes, I will not speak maybe from far US, but let's say 15 years ago, 15, 20 in some organizations that had already touched from the Western world. They have been faster developing than us. But yes, strategic leadership started to show up, and as a strategy, very clearly it is saying you need to have the mission, vision, and so on. It is happening that when I ask what is your vision, none of the people is able to really citate the vision. Are you? And it's very interesting because organizations are hiring consultants, organizations are working together, spend a lot of money to create those statements, yet no one is able to really cite this. From the top, people who are very closely engaged in the process of creating are more successful, still not 100%, but because they are operating within all the time, later on by shaping the goals, by shaping KPIs and all these report dashboards, they are becoming familiar. So that's why it's much easier to keep it anchored in their mind. But how many people are there? 20, even if we are having 500 people in the company, 1,000 or 50, there will be few people on the top that will reach, let's say, 70% of accuracy to say what's the vision statement. And then interpretation will come up as well. What about rest? What about the people who are helping you to deliver that vision? They are absolutely not able to repeat that. We are creating posters, we are creating brochures, we are creating nice booklets. Employees are not reading it. That's not okay. Because if we are actually really looking for the engagement, we are looking for the commitment among employees, but we are distancing them from understanding the vision, what kind of role they play in the vision. And I'm not talking about you are important to make our vision alive, to make our vision real. You are the best asset of our organization. Those slogans do not work anymore on people. So please do them a favor and do not repeat that anymore. Instead, invite them to the process of creation. Because this is also very important, and it's very often ignored. People who are on the top, they are operating very different language because they have different experience, they have different background, they have different knowledge, they have different education. Going lower within the structure of the organization, that vary. And because of that variety, people will speak differently. People will understand differently. You think because you are on the top and proudly going down and announcing them this wonderfully, I don't know how much paid for creation of that vision statement, but proudly informing your employees about that and presenting that with this super professional, sufficient jargon of business, expecting them to understand. It's like you speak English, they speak Swahili. No comprende. Nada niente. Bravo, 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 yes. But you don't understand what is happening after. First of all, they are talking to each other. Quite often, it's not because they are happy with you. They are already fearing what is coming next. And can you imagine, we are already now having a great noise. Layoffs here, layoffs there, and so on. Everybody are biting their nails. How you want to prevent it? How you want to make sure that you will not be, or even if you are, how you can go out from that circus? How you want to make sure that your people are safe? We speak so much about psychological safety, but at the very basic principle, creating engagement and understanding of the vision statement. We don't ask people about that. We don't invite them to the conversation. We don't speak with them. And even if you just right now, oh, she's talking my people for sure, no. So you will go to your team, you will ask them, okay, I want to know what you understand about the vision. And they will say something very shy. Maybe there will be one whom you are engaging mostly in the team. This person will speak loudly, and this will meet your satisfaction. My people know everything. Ignoring the fact that maybe you have 10 people in your team, and this one or two, your favorites, were talking. So they just cushy your ego, and you ignore the rest. Very straightforward source, lack of psychological safety, and even deeper problem that I have observed years ago. And it was, for me, it was like a revolutionary, exploratory journey. Literacy of expression. People from the lower layers, they do not operate the leadership management style of terminologies, even reporting and so on. They are not developing themselves. They speak very simple. Example, performance review. Are they able to speak about themselves and their performance for 45 minutes without you interrupting them? I just shifted a bit, but it just came to my mind. Going back to vision. This is where all starts. Today is Monday. That's your challenge for this week. To create some time and speak about meaning of the vision in your organization with people. And let them speak, not you. You be ready with asking questions. But the questions, not to feed your ego, but to feed your hunger for knowledge about them, to serve them better. Because vision is for the organization to take the company from point A to B. And usually is focusing on serving external client. But the value of this vision is built by your internal client, your employee. Take care of it very, very well. That's the insight, leadership insights for this week. Have a great start of the new month and have a good new week ahead. Thank you very much for joining me and see you next week. And you can also join me as for June on a annual basis. For the June, I'm sharing short videos. Last year it was a self-leadership, and this year is human-centered leadership. So join me. I'm not sure if it is already live, but definitely today will be live, and from Monday to Friday throughout the whole month of June. So stay with me.